Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the Superfoods 101 series brought to you by HolistikHealth.com. And today we are talking about Moringa, okay? One of the biggest new supplements to hit the market in a while, and probably one of the coolest and one of my favorites. So this is Moringa 101. So what is Moringa? Well, in 2008, the National Institute for Health called this the plant of the year. But it's been around a lot longer than that. You see, the World Health Organization has been using Moringa for over 40 years to combat malnutrition, okay? And we're going to show you exactly why it's used to combat malnutrition. So what is it? Well, Moringa, in all actuality, is a tree. It's a very fast-growing, leafy green tree producing leaves, pods, and flowers, okay? Now, there's actually 12 different types of moringa out there, but the one that people refer to most when you hear the word moringa is Moringa Oleifera. So, for all intents and purposes, what we're talking about today is Moringa Oleifera. Now, there are many uses of this tree, okay? This tree can grow in very sandy and very bad soil, okay? So the tree itself is great because it can grow where a lot of other trees can't. And then over time, as the plant matter around it decomposes, it will actually make the soil around it more fertile. So that's great. Now, the tree also produces pods, okay, and inside those pods are seeds, okay. If you squish those seeds, you get oil out of it. Now, that oil can be used for cooking oil, it can be used on the skin for moisturizing, and it can be used to treat minor cuts and scrapes, okay. But that's not all. After you squeeze the seeds out, you can take those seeds and purify water with it. Put them in water, stir it around, it will suck out all the impurities, okay. Now, here's the part where most people use the tree for, the leaves themselves, okay? You take the leaves, you cut them off, dry them like tobacco, okay? And then mill them into a fine powder, and you get an extremely, extremely powerful nutritional supplement. People also take the leaves and the flowers and brew that into a tea, okay? So it can be used for supplementation in that way as well. And then the bark and root are also used as medicine in traditional cultures. So as you can see, the tree is extremely, extremely giving, okay? It's one of those trees that, you can really help out a community with if you know how to properly use it. Let's talk about some of the benefits, okay? And when we talk about the benefits, we're of course talking about the leaves, okay? That's where most of the nutritional supplementation comes from. So the leaves themselves, when they're dried and milled into that powder. Now, moringa is extremely nutrient dense. Gram for gram, moringa leaf powder has 7 times more vitamin C than an orange. It has 4 times more vitamin A than carrots. It has 4 times more calcium than milk, and it has 3 times more potassium than bananas. It also has 3 times more iron than spinach and 3 times more vitamin E than almonds. And it also has 2 times the protein of yogurt, which is extremely cool because that's very rare that you find in a leafy green plant. So as you can see, all these things that we've come to know as extremely dense in one vitamin or a mineral, moringa actually blows them all out of the water, and it's one leaf. So it's very, very cool. Now, the more and more benefits of moringa are coming up every day, okay? But we do know that it's extremely good for detoxification. Think about how that mashed up seed purifies water. The leaves do the same thing in your body, okay? They purify it of those impurities, okay? So it's extremely detoxifying. The leaves also contain all the essential amino acids, so it's great for building muscle. It's great for your body and very easily digestible. The fact that it's a leafy green protein source is phenomenal. These are very hard to find, okay? So if you can find a good quality plant-based green protein source, that's phenomenal because it's also alkalizing, okay? Green plants are extremely alkalizing, and obviously alkalizing is good because our bodies become acidic over time, but they operate much better when they're alkaline. They're also now proving how many antioxidants this plant has, which also makes it great for anti-aging. So as you can see, the leaves in this powder, there's more and more things coming out every day that moringa supports. So the different forms of moringa available out there, you're going to see a couple different forms. The first form that you're probably going to see is the powder. Okay, this is just your typical moringa leaf powder milled down. You can take this, you can put it into baking, you can put it into smoothies, you can sprinkle it on top of salads and on foods. You can make tea out of it. That's what most people do, is they'll just put this powder in and make a tea out of it. That's one of the best ways that you can actually use it. Capsules should only be 100% moringa leaf powder in a capsule. If there's any other fillers in there, that's not what you want. So make sure you get pure 100% moringa leaf powder capsules. The oil, if it's pure oil, this stuff is great. You can use it on your skin. It's extremely moisturizing and good for your skin. Okay, we talked about the anti-aging and all the antioxidants in there. That stuff's great for your skin. And now we're also seeing it used in cosmetics a lot. But before you go out there and you buy something just because it says it contains moringa, look at the other ingredients in there and look at the company itself to see if it's really a good decision. Because just because it contains moringa doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be good for you or good for the environment in general. So some things to consider here, and these are pretty standard with all the supplements out there, but how is it grown? Okay, is it grown organically? Is it not grown organically? Unfortunately, right now, the vast majority of moringa is grown in India. And it's not to say that there aren't some good farms in India, but statistically and traditionally over time, the products that come out of India, and especially the nutritional products that come out of India, have had a very poor quality control. And it's the same with moringa. You'll see moringas that come out of India that are almost brown. Okay, your moringa should be a bright, vibrant green, just like you see here. It should be that color up top, that bright, vibrant green. Okay, if it's brown, that's not a good moringa. That means it's dead. Okay, so you're going to want to make sure it's green. So how is it grown? Where is it grown? How is it processed? If it's processed at high heat, that's not good. Okay, that's a quicker way to process moringa because you can dry it out really quick and then you can mill it and you can be done with it. But traditionally, and the way to get the best moringa you can, is you have to slow dry the moringa leaves in a dark room or in the shade. Why? Because the sunlight will zap the nutrients out of it. So it takes longer, but it's better for you long term. How is it delivered? We're talking about, is it 100% pure powder or are there fillers in it? If it's in a capsule, is it a vegetarian or vegan capsule? Okay, these are all things to think about when you look for an actual supplement or product. Okay, and then finally, the last thing you should consider is cost, because it doesn't matter if you buy a moringa product that's half as cheap if it's a dead product that comes from India, because you're going to get nothing out of it. Spend a little bit extra money, get a quality, organically grown, top quality moringa. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this Superfood 101 series on Moringa Oleifera. This was Moringa 101. As always, we encourage you to learn more. For more tips, recipes, and access to the world's best nutritional information and supplements, head on over to holistichealth.com and get healthy. I will see you all in the next segment. Have a great day.